Yeah, Earl Lewis and the Channels, The Closer You Are. That record came out on June 30th, 1956. How do I know that? Because Earl Lewis told me that, that's why. He was in a schoolyard on 165th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue, and someone came running in and said, "You're on the radio, you're on the radio." He had made the record about 3 days before, so imagine you're a kid, you're a teenager in New York City, and you're on the radio. It's 1956, you're just a baby, 15, 16 years old, the school year is over, and now all of a sudden here come the girls right behind his friend Reggie, who told him he was on the radio, and they were all over him. And that song is just as good and just as simple as it was in that time, and it still rings true. And Earl has been a channel for more than 50 years. Imagine, 50 years. And he has guys with him 30 years, but they're not original. He's the only original channel. Earl Lewis and the Channel is The Closer You Are. We are indeed fortunate tonight, very, very fortunate on this very hot and humid July evening to have with us the very vivacious and attractive and intelligent and positive and effective and wonderful Roetta Collins. She's been on this program before. She's acted as my co-host, and we hope that she will act as a co-host in the future. And we have her here today. And you can see her right here on YouTube. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, there she is in all of her pulchritude. And we're so happy and lucky to have her. How are you, Roetta? And welcome to the AC Lowe Show.
Oh, shucks. Thank you for that introduction. Keep going. You didn't say enough.
Yes. Well, let me just turn the page. And, so you were listening and watching the AC Lowe Show on the Centennial Broadcasting Network and on the YouTube. We thank everyone. Last week we had incredible stats, and we appreciate that.
I wasn't here.
No, but I can't imagine if you were here, there wouldn't have been enough room on the talk board. We had people from Australia and New Zealand who are regulars. We seem to have a good number of people there listening. I guess the time is just right. It's 6 o'clock New York time and probably 6 a.m. In New Zealand. I'm not sure. I should know more about that, and I apologize for not realizing what the times are. But yes, we had excellent stats, and if it's around 6 p.m. Monday, July 16, 2012, a Monday evening, then that means you're listening to this program live on the Centennial Broadcasting Network. We broadcast you live from Umberto's Clam House, right here in Little Italy, 132 Mulberry Street. And we are very happy to do so, and we're very fortunate to do so, and we thank you for listening in. We've asked Roetta on here because Roetta is involved in several projects, and we know about her wonderful work in Everything Is Coming Up Roses. But she's now been talking about her kitchen, and this is something very interesting that we want to hear about and know about and see what she has to say about. We're going to play some music for you, and we're going to answer some of your texts. If you want to text this program, you can text at 917-865-0180. And forgive me for not looking up when I'm not talking to someone directly. I have to get into the habit of doing this thing here. But yes, 917-865-0180. You can text me about anything at all. What I've said on this show, what I haven't said, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. That is the American process, and we're here to exemplify it if we can. So, Roetta, the kitchen. The kitchen. What about the kitchen?
It's my newest. Well, it's a demo. It's not a show yet. I'm trying to sell it.
It's going to be a show.
Cooking in a Small Kitchen is the name of it. It's kitchen meets comedy, and it's 5 boroughs, no counter space. So I want to.
Now, how does this tie in with the mayor's new initiative for 300 square foot apartments?
It ties in very well because that's the point. I've never made friends with my kitchen. That is the point. And I stand in my kitchen and I don't know what to do because it's so small. And so the premise of the show was to maybe have a chef come on and show one how to navigate their kitchen. So we did the little pilot, which I'm just making a 10-minute demo to give to a local station here, and we'll take it from there. So we shot the pilot last Wednesday with Theresa Brown as my director of photography, and Meg Ramsey herself. Lynn Wilson was the PA, And so then
now,
I had
now PA is
the production assistant.
the
So-
production assistant, a very vital.
Oh yes, she did everything. So it was a staff of two
Yeah,
plus me.
I want one light and two with sugar, one without.
Right.
Yeah, I understand. I've been a production assistant most of my life. I've been married twice, so I understand completely.
That's funny.
So now I have a very small kitchen also, and in my kitchen I cook. Okay, I'm one of those men that cook, and
Clone him.
and there's a huge number of pans. I have all different pans. Now some of the pans, first what we call prima facie.
Yes.
First appearance,
Yes.
they look like they're the same pot. Why is it have two pots the same? But they have very different and specific purposes. I'm not going to saute garlic and onions and pepper in the same pot that I cook pot roast. I'm not doing that.
Now that's fancy.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because you have to cure your pot. Everyone knows that. So when you're in a small kitchen, you don't have spaces.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Well, we'll eat out.
It's what I do.
In a case like that, we'll eat out. When you turn around with big pots especially, I'm not that big a person, but I have friends that are twice my size, and that when they navigate in the kitchen and they're cooking something in the kitchen for me, it's difficult, and there's no place to put anything.
Right.
There's no place to put anything down.
Yes, or chop. I really have no room. So there's a chef who lives in my building, Chef Carlos Arriaga from Portugal. He's a chef de cuisine. He was just promoted to executive chef at Alfama Restaurant in Midtown Manhattan, and he was my first guest on the show. And so we had fun doing it. So
Now you ask him.
Well, so I did a bit in my kitchen, showing everyone my kitchen, like saying, "Look at my," and I have a little half low boy refrigerator, and that is just the bane of my existence. I hate it. And part of I said, "Look, I can only get a pint of Haagen-Dazs and some vodka in here." So that's all my
perfect for everything coming up roses. That's
right.
ideal.
And so then we go down to his kitchen, and he shows his cabinet. What is an executive chef's
Does he also have a small
pantry?
kitchen?
Yeah, well, his is bigger than mine, but he says everything's relative because compared to his working kitchen, he has a big working kitchen, and he comes home and he feels stifled in his own kitchen.
Does he want to cook at home?
He does cook at home. He's a chef. He cooks. He doesn't have a problem.
It's not a busman's holiday for him?
What is that?
A busman's holiday means that he goes on the bus and goes someplace on vacation. In other words, he drives the bus for 51 weeks, and then on the
Right,
52nd
that's
week he
funny.
takes the busman's holiday.
That's
That
right.
was a big play.
He comes home and he cooks.
Wow.
And he invites neighbors. If he sees you on the street, he says, "Come over and eat."
What's the address?
Right.
Sounds better. You ready? Because I'm looking for something in that category.
So our little